Good morning. It's Friday, July 8th, and this morning I'm going to talk about a conservative Southern senator, Lindsey Graham. Lindsey Graham, who at the beginning of 2016, when they were gathering potential Republican candidates for the presidency, Lindsey Graham was vehemently opposed to Donald Trump. He did not like Donald Trump. And he was one of the leading voices against Donald Trump being a presidential candidate. He called Donald a kook, crazy, a jackass, and unfit for office. Well, what happened is Donald Trump won the presidential election. And since then, Lindsey Graham has been one of his leading ass kickers, one of the toadies in his entourage. I'll call them an entourage. People like Ted Cruz and Lindsey Graham and John Cornyn, those people who were all against Trump, became his lackeys when he took over the presidency. So now, the state of Georgia has convened a special grand jury hearing evidence in a probe of the possible 2020 election interference by former President Trump and others. And Lindsey Graham has been subpoenaed by this committee because he was right there alongside ex-President Trump when Trump was trying to get this election overturned. And so they have subpoenaed him. This special grand jury has subpoenaed him, and he is contending that the reason he doesn't do this officially himself, he has his lawyers doing this stuff for him. He's contending that they want his testimony because this is all politics. And Lindsey plans to go to court and challenge the subpoena, and he expects to prevail. I think he's way off base there. But in the meanwhile, he's one of a group of Trump allies that the special grand jury in Georgia has subpoenaed. On Tuesday they did that. And this grand jury was impaneled this year to assist District Attorney Fani Willis in her investigation into whether there were any coordinated attempts, that's the key word, coordinated attempts to unlawfully alter the outcome of the 2020 elections in Georgia. And this Attorney General Willis dismissed Graham's lawyer's allegation that their investigation was motivated by politics. And we all know that's probably half true, that most of these things going on are motivated by politics. So they shouldn't be complaining about it because it was politics that got these guys into trouble in the first place. And she also said that Graham doesn't understand the seriousness of what we're doing. She said the public should expect additional subpoenas of Trump associates and indicated that she would not rule out subpoenaing the former president himself. Now, that hasn't been tried yet. That will be something to see. I wonder what kind of tirade Donald will do if he gets a subpoena to show up in Georgia. And part of Lindsey Graham's defense is that he got on the phone with Ben Raffensperger. Graham actually talked to Raffensperger before Trump. And Graham pressed him about whether he had the power to reject certain absentee ballots, which Raffensperger interpreted as a suggestion to toss out the ballots, toss out legally cast votes. And the subpoena says that Graham made at least 2 phone calls to Raffensperger. And during those phone calls, Graham questioned him about absentee ballots cast in Georgia in order to explore the possibility of a more favorable outcome for President Donald Trump. And Graham also made allegations of voter fraud in the 2020 election, in Georgia specifically. And those statements are consistent with the ranting and raving of Donald Trump and the Trump campaign. And all of these things are listed in great detail in the subpoena. Now, Graham has denied trying to pressure Raffensperger because because Raffensperger has already testified under subpoena before this grand jury now. And Raffensperger has declared Graham's allegations ridiculous. Graham accused the Georgia grand jury of fishing expedition and just doing the dirty work for the J6 committee. He contends that the committee in Georgia is trying to get information for the January 6th committee. And maybe that's true, and that would be a good thing in my mind, but that doesn't make it wrong. He also maintained that Graham didn't do anything wrong in his phone calls. He's the chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, and he's well within his rights to discuss with state officials the process and procedures of administering elections. I wonder how many state attorney generals Graham has called in his entire career at the Senate Judiciary Committee. Probably none. Probably Raffensperger was the first one. I'm sure he didn't call the attorney generals in New York or New Jersey to find out what was going on in their states. I think the whole thing is just a subterfuge to keep him from going and telling the truth, which I'm sure he doesn't want to do. So this subpoena that was issued, according to Graham, could erode the constitutional balance of power and the ability of a member of Congress to do his job or her job. So we now have a situation where he is standing up and refusing to tell the truth and declares that those people that want to hear the truth are trying to unbalance the power the power of the Constitution. They're trying to rebalance the constitutional balance of power. Nonsense. This man has proven that he's a turncoat. Way back in 2016, he proved that. And there's no doubt in my mind that he did everything he could to overturn the election. So he should stand up and say that. But no, he's going to fight it. This will drag on for a while. And it'll be very interesting to see where this fight goes. So that's all I have for now, and I'll see you later, tomorrow. Bye.